Favorite generation of Pokemon? Probably the first or the second, because I'm playing Pokemon Black, and fuck you, phone, and it's really difficult to try and figure out what types all the Pokemon are, like ones that I just go against, because I don't have them in my Pokedex until after, and so I'm like, oh, I wonder if he's weak to a water-type move, and then it turns out it's not even, it's not, and it's not very effective, and so the ones that I'm most familiar with are the easiest, and that might be why maybe they were better back then, maybe I'm biased. Have you ever considered reviewing shows or games? Definitely, but considering how long it took me to be able to find enough time to answer these fucking questions and post part 2 of this shit, I don't have enough time for it. So, I would love more time for it, but I don't have it. And I was away for a week, and now I'm working every day trying to make up for the fact that I was away for a week, and my rent went up because roommates left. And so I'm fucked for the foreseeable future. We'll see how that goes. Have you ever worried about getting AIDS? I've worried about it enough to try and prevent it. I try to play safe, and I make sure that the people that I play with aren't too super sketch or untrustworthy anyway, and I get tested regularly. And last time I was tested, they showed me this thing where I could find out if I was HIV positive within seconds, and it was accurate to the past, like, 48 hours, like if you contracted it beforehand. I was under the impression before that point that it was that the only technology that we had was if you contracted it 3 months or however many months beforehand. So this was cool, and I was like, yeah, let's do it. And she's like, oh, most people wouldn't want to know, or I've heard of people who freak out and get emotional over finding out whether or not they're HIV positive. I was like, yeah, this is fun. I pricked my finger and I was like, not surprised. Like, if I found out that I was HIV positive, that would have been a bummer. But I don't know why I'd upset myself until I found out, or unless I had reasonable suspicion or something like that. It'd suck, but it's not the end of the world. I'd rather have AIDS than a baby. Do you speak any other languages? No, I just speak English. I know some basic French. I know some basic words and sentences from other languages too, but I'm monolingual, and I feel handicapped because of it. Can't even speak English that well, apparently. But I was in French immersion up until grade 3. My brother was in French immersion up until the end of high school. And my parents took me out of French immersion between grade 3 and 4 because I got a C in social studies. They were like, he must not understand the language. And secretly I was like, fuck geography. Why does it matter where Lethbridge is? Why do I need to know the average precipitation in Brazil? And I was like, fuck this. And wouldn't you know it, next year in English class, A in all my courses except social studies where I got a C. So thanks, Mom and Dad. Now I'm taking French post-secondary, or at least I plan to. I'm gonna see what happens. I want to learn some more languages. I feel stupid. Have you managed to watch any of the documentaries you asked people to suggest for you yet? If so, what did you think of them? I hope to watch through them eventually, but turns out I'm flustered. What genre of music do you hate the most, and what's your guilty pleasure music-wise? I guess you could say I hate country the most, but it's not like I dislike the genre, it's just that I feel like most of the genre is bad, but that's every genre. You gotta find the good parts of each genre. There's no such thing as really a bad genre. What's my guilty pleasure? I can't think of one. Favorite movie of all time, and why? My favorite movie is The Holy Mountain, and if you want to know why, look at one of my older answers videos, because I'm pretty sure I've answered this in every single one, or fast forward to 5 years where I have enough free time on my hands to actually make a review out of it. How do you see yourself in 30 years, and if you woke up a woman and it would last until midnight, what would you do? In 30 years, I will be dead. Some hopefully ironic accident. I don't know. If I were a woman and it lasted until midnight, I would go onto a cam whore website and fap all day, or I might even have sex with people, but I'd make a lot of money. I would make a shit ton of money, and I would not only get way more customers than a male on a cam whore website ever would, but I would literally just be able to fap all day. Doesn't matter how many times you come, you can just keep going. As a woman, you can just keep going. Like, when you come as a dude, sometimes it's hard to keep going. Hard? Haha. Out of all the movies you reviewed on this channel, which one is the worst in your opinion, obviously? I know a lot of people will just pick the newest one because it's stuck in their head, but I feel like Megan is Missing is actually the worst one. It was a big fucking effort, and if you remember what I said in the beginning of the video, I wasn't even gonna finish it. I was just gonna mention it and be like, this was so fucking bad. And then when I went to take notes on it to see what I would, say about it, I actually bothered to watch through it, and I had to put in so much of an effort. And then I realized, holy shit, this is like one of the worst movies ever made. It might, I don't know what to say. Like, of course, there's probably movies that are worse than it, and probably ones that are more boring. Like, this one had some funny parts, but it's not worth it. Birdemic, The Room, Death Race 2, Fetish Dolls Die Laughing, etc., are all movies that are so bad that you can watch it and be entertained. This one is not. You can only be entertained in retrospect. You can only be entertained if you're, like, constantly analyzing it. And remember, the 20 minutes at the end of the video, which I cut down into, like, 30 seconds, that's because nothing fucking happened the 20 minutes at the end of the movie. It's horrible. It's horrible. It's so bad. Oh, check out the comments section. Michael Goy showed up, and now he's pretending not to be him. If I left the train station at 5:39 a.m. going 93 miles per hour to the sun, when would it arrive? Burn / every Giant penis. Did you see Skyfall? If yes, what did you think? No, I haven't seen Skyfall yet either. Time is money. And I need money. So, no more time. But we need more time, because time is money. I'll give you 20 minutes for an hour. Someone's gonna clean that clock. Around here, they'll kill you for a week. What do you think of bronies and My Little Pony? Friendship is magic in general. I don't mind. I don't see why I would mind. They're like the half-retarded cousins of my family. If I'm a horse, I guess. You know, it's like ponies. Whatever, it's ponies. They've got, like, giant eyes, and people like them. If you pretend that it's actually well written, I have to disagree, but I don't think most things are well written. So if you're talking about, like, well written in the sense that you also think The Avengers is well written, then sure, you can call it well written. But I don't know, if you're hating on bronies and you can't really form an argument that doesn't consist of virtually the same arguments as an old grandmother would make in the 1980s, talking about kids with lip rings and just, I'm angry because I see people doing things that I don't understand and that are different, then I don't know why you make yourself so angry over it. I see nothing wrong. Yes, there are bad examples. Like, fucking there's bad examples in every community and fandom. There's bad human beings, there's bad regular people, there's bad straight people, there's bad gay people. The loudest voice is the one that gets heard. So, meanwhile, while I'm trying to be a respectable human being, out goes Pamperchew on the internet talking about how clean it is to microwave dirty diapers, finding out of the fucking garbage cans and eating shit and making everybody else look bad. Maybe that was shooped. Maybe it was shooped. You gotta be skeptical of things you see on the internet. But if you actually said that, then what the fuck? Don't represent my community, please. Your thoughts on Empire of the Sun? I can't even remember it. I don't know if I've seen it. I think I saw a bit of it on TV. It had Christian Bale? I don't remember. I think it had a young teenage Christian Bale or something. Maybe I'm thinking of something different, but I don't remember. Can you make your hair more sweeter? Ha 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 ha, one of you throwing up right now. Ha ha ha, it doesn't bother me in the slightest. But one of you is vomiting. Ha ha. What is the best twist ending you've ever seen? Not sure. The one at the end of The Mist stuck out as pretty fucking hilarious. The movie itself was alright, but the ending kind of made the movie memorable. That was a good ending. This is kind of off the wall, but what's your opinion on the first Starship Troopers movie? Well, I thought that it was pretty good. Joe really likes it. and I think it's good. It's not amazing, but I like that it's at least it doesn't take itself too seriously. The CG is pretty impressive for I think still being in the 90s. I liked it. It was good. It was good. It wasn't great. It was good. Can we sex?
You can be my wingman anytime.
Bullshit. You can be mine.
Yeah!